Good morning, class. How are you today? I hope that all of you are doing great. By the way, class, have you eaten your breakfast? That's good. We should not skip our breakfast. Miss Secretary, can you please check the attendance? Do we have any absent today? Wow, that's great. No one is absent. Okay, before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have first a review. Okay, so have you still remember our lesson last meeting? Anyone? Very good. So our lesson last meeting was about cohesive devices. When we say cohesive devices, these are sometimes called linking words, discourse markers, or transitional words, and they are words or phrases that show the relationship between ideas, sentences, paragraphs, or sections of a text. Okay, let's have examples. First, we have coordinating conjunctions. So when we say coordinating conjunctions, these are defined boys. We have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. We have also correlative conjunctions. So some examples are either or, neither nor, and not only but also. And last, we have subordinating conjunctions. So common subordinating conjunctions are because, since, as, although, though, while, whereas, and many more. Okay, class, before we begin to our new lesson, I have provided here some pictures. Okay, so what can you see in these pictures? How about you, Laika? Yes, there are birds. What else? Other answers? Yes, Trisha. Yes, we can see a lot of parallel lines. Okay, very good. So let's see if what is the relationship of these pictures to our new lesson today. But before that, let's have another activity. Is it okay to you? Wow, that's great. Okay, so this entitled Which Does Not Belong to the Group. Are you ready? Wow, very nice. Okay, so let's have number 1. Okay, so who wants to answer number 1? Yes, Grace. Okay, in number 1, we have the words walk, faded, want, and jump. So which do you think does not belong to the group? Yes, very good. So the answer is letter B. Why? Why letter B is the answer? Exactly, because all other words are all in base form while letter B is in the past tense. Okay, so we have number 2. Okay, so we have house, girl, read, and dove. Okay, what's the answer here? Yes, that's great. So the answer here is the word read. Why? Because all other words are all nouns, while letter C is only verb. Okay? So we have number 3. We have hiking, singing, tired, and writing. So which does not belong to the group? Yes, exactly. So the answer again is letter C. Because other words are all in ing form, while letter C is in the past tense. Okay, so let's have the last one. Okay, so letter A, they raise corn and wet. Letter B, they make their own wine. Letter C, they are digging for gold. And letter D, they build their own house. Okay, so which do you think does not belong to the group? Very good. Again, the answer is letter C. They are digging for gold. Why? Because this sentence use the word which is in ing form, while others are not. Okay? Alright. So class, we have the second to the last, I mean. Okay? So what is the answer here? Is it letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? Hmm? Letter C? Are you sure? Any other answer? Yes, the answer is letter B. Why? Because the sentence is, she is acting like an artist and sing like Lea Salonga. So, the phrases here are acting like an artist and sing like Lea Salonga. So, in the first one, we use the verb with ing form, while in the second one, we use just the verb in the base form. So it should be with ing also, so that the sentence would be parallel. Okay? So are we clear? Alright, so nice to hear that. So our new lesson today, class, is all about parallel structure. First, let us define what is a parallel structure. When we say parallel structure, it is also known as parallelism or parallel construction. It uses the same pattern of words to show that two or more ideas or thoughts have the same style and importance, just like what we did a while ago. So we need to make the sentence parallel. So we use the same style of words, the same style of phrases, and clauses. Okay, so parallel structure is also the balance between two or more similar words, phrases, or clauses. And parallel construction prevents awkwardness, promotes clarity, and improves writing style and readability. Okay, we use parallelism in words, phrases, and clauses. So let's have example of parallel sentences using words. Okay, let's have example using nouns. Okay, so the sentence is, my mother eats vegetables, meats, and chocolates. So do you think this sentence is parallel or not? What's the answer? Okay, let's see if your answer is correct. Yes, very good. This sentence is parallel. So why is it parallel? What are the nouns here? We have vegetables, meats, and chocolates. So they are all parallel because they are all in plural nouns. Okay? Let us now have example for verb. Okay? So the sentence is, during the camping, me and my friends sang, played, and cooking. So what are the verbs here? We have sang, played, and cooking. So do you think those verbs are parallel? What do you think? Yes, very good. They are not parallel. Okay, so to make the sentence parallel, we made the word cooking into past tense also, which is cooked. Okay, so sang, played, and cooked. So they are now parallel. Now, let's have example of adjective. Okay, so my ideal friends are those who are humorous, honest, generous, and can dance. So what are the adjectives here? We have humorous, honest, generous, and can dance. Do you think can dance is an adjective? Yes, very good. It's not. It's a verb. So what are we going to do to make those adjectives parallel? Okay, so we need to make can dance into an adjective also, which is a dancer. So it is now an adjective. They are now parallel. Now let's have example of adverbs. So the sentence is in preparation to face-to-face classes, we need to be mentally, emotional, and physically fit. So where are the adverbs here? We have mentally, physically, and do you think the word emotional is an adverb? No. Okay, so what are we going to do to make it an adverb? We should add an ly at the end. So let's make it emotionally to make it an adverb. Okay, so we have mentally, emotionally, and physically fit. So they are all parallel now. Alright, so now let's have example for gerunds. So cooking, reading, and singing are the three things that my sister loves the most. Okay, so what are the gerunds here? We have cooking, reading, and singing. So when we say gerund, these are the words that ends in ing form. Okay, now let's have examples of phrases. Number one, noun phrase. Okay, so Laika, kindly read the sentence. All right, the beautiful girl plays together with the handsome boy. Do you think this sentence is parallel? Are you sure? Okay, so Laika, what are the noun phrases here? Yes, very good. The beautiful girl and the handsome boy. So are they parallel? Yes. Now let's have example for verb phrase. So the math teacher counts numbers, solves the problem, and showing the solution. So where are or what are the verb phrases here? First, we have counts numbers, solves the problem, and showing the solution. So which phrase here makes the sentence incorrect? Very good. So showing the solution. So what you will do to make it parallel, you need to change showing into the S form of the verb, which is shows. Okay, so this sentence is now parallel. The math teacher counts numbers, solves the problem, and shows the solution. Alright, now we have adverbial phrase. So our group project should be done in Kat's house or in school. So what are the adverbs here? Very good. We have Kat's house or in school. Are they parallel? Are they parallel, Grace? Yes, very good. They are parallel in Kat's house or in school. They are all adverb. Now we have the example of gerund phrase. She's going to the mall and meeting an old friend. So what are the gerund phrase here? We have going to the mall and meeting an old friend. Are they parallel? How about you, Ben? Are they parallel? Yes, that's great. They are all parallel. Okay, so now let's have example of infinitive phrase. So when we say infinitive first, this is the word to plus the base form of the verb. For example, we have to swim, to dance, to sing, and many more. Okay, so let's go back to its example. So the grade 8 students want to learn more about parallel structures and to explore more about English. So what are the infinitive phrases here? Very good. We have to learn more about parallel structures and to explore more about English. Are they parallel? Yes, exactly. Because they all both have to learn and to explore, which are infinitives. Example of clauses. Okay, I can feel that my pets are very happy when I play with them and when I give them food. So in this example, what are the clauses here? Oh, by the way, let's define first what is a clause. When we say a clause, it is an independent sentence. So they can stand alone. Okay? So we have So the independent classes here are when I play with them and when I give them food. Okay, so this sentence are parallel because they are both independent. They can all stand alone. Okay, so we are done with the discussion about parallel structure and examples. Now let's have the rules of parallelism. Okay, number one, parallelism is used to balance nouns with nouns, verbs with verbs, adjectives with adjectives, adverbs with adverbs, gerunds with gerunds, prepositional phrases with prepositional phrases, participles with participles, infinitives with infinitives, and clauses with clauses. Okay, so just like we did a while ago, we balance the two nouns or more, the two verbs or more, and others. Okay, let's have another rules of parallelism. So parallelism is used with elements joined by coordinating conjunctions. So again, our coordinating conjunctions are defined by for, and, yet, so, and many more. So number three, parallelism is used with elements being compared. Okay, so here we use the word than to compare two things. Class, if we don't have questions, let us now proceed to an activity. Okay, let's practice. Um, what you will do here is to put a check mark on the box. Okay, so you will identify which sentence is parallel and which sentence is not. Okay. Okay, let's try number one. Ryan, please answer this one. Which in this pair of sentences is not parallel? Is it the first one or the second one? Can you please read the first sentence and the second sentence? Okay, so which do you think is not parallel? Yes, very good. The second one, or rather the first one, okay? Because she likes to listen to music and reading the latest novels. They are not parallel. The first verb used the infinitive one, while the other used the ing form, which is reading. So, this sentence is not parallel. And the second one is the parallel one because she likes listening to music and reading the latest novels. They are in ing form. Okay, how about number two? He spent his time studying Spanish working at the convenience store, and jogging every afternoon. The second one is he spent his time studying Spanish, working at the convenience store, and jogged every afternoon. Which one is not parallel? Is it the first one or the second one? Yes, very good. So, the second one. Because the word jogged is in past tense, while the word working and studying are in ing form. So, the correct one or the sentence that is parallel is the first one. Let's have number 3. Leah, please answer this one. Which one is not parallel? Is it the first one or the second one? Very good. So, the sentence which is not parallel is number 1. Why? What are the words here? We have the running, barking, and he chased after the boys. So, running and barking are already parallel, while chased, the verb chased after the boys is not parallel. So, which one is parallel? Yes, the second one. So, we change the past tense chased into ing form, which is chasing. Okay, chasing. This one. And okay, so let's have another one. Number 4. So the apartment was filled with old newspapers, broken bottles, and the ashtrays were overflowing. The second one is the apartment was filled with old newspapers, broken bottles, and overflowing ashtrays. So which one is parallel? Is it number 1 or the second one? Yes, very good. So the parallel one is the second one. We have old newspapers, broken bottles, and overflowing ashtrays. Okay, so I know that some of you is still confused. So let's try another activity. So the directions: read the given sentences carefully and see if the sentence is parallel or not. If it is not, write NP before the number and underline the words, phrases, or clauses that made it incorrect. Then rewrite to make it parallel. If the sentence is already parallel, just write the word be. Okay, so are you ready? Alright, nice to hear that. Class, to answer this activity, I will give you 1 minute to answer this. Okay, so what you will do is to write NP if the sentence is not parallel, NP if the sentence is already parallel. Okay, by the way, class, if the sentence is not parallel, you need to change the word, the phrase, or the clause that makes the sentence incorrect. Okay? Alright, so the time starts now. Okay, time is up. Okay, let's check if your answers are correct. Okay, so number 1, the correct answer is P, or parallel. Okay, so the phrases that are parallel here are reading books, watching movies, and playing Minecraft. We have number 2. So the answer in number 2 is NP, or not parallel. Okay? So the words or the phrases here, actually in number 2 we use infinitive phrase. Okay? So the infinitive phrases here are to eat midnight snacks, to join outing, and traveling together with colleagues. So to make it parallel, we need to change traveling to travel together with colleagues. Okay, here. Alright, so let's have number 3. Ellen likes hiking, cooking, and planting. So this sentence is already parallel. So we use gerunds here. In number 4, my best friend took me a tour in Paris and to a show. So this sentence is not parallel. So to make this sentence parallel, okay, so we need to change to a show into a show. So to make it parallel, my best friend took me a tour in Paris and a show. Okay, so let's have number 5. My mother likes not only to cook but also plant trees. So this sentence is not parallel. Here we use correlative conjunction, which is not only and but also. Okay, so to make this sentence parallel, alright. So my mother likes not only to cook but also to plant trees. Okay. So we just used a comma in between and then followed by but also. Alright, we have number 6. I would rather go with my enemy than go with a stranger. So this sentence is already parallel. So um, we use here the comparison. Okay. So we have number 7. Walking and to run after often accompany one another as I exercise. So this sentence is not parallel because in the first one we use the infinitive, which is to run, while the other one wrong. Okay, so here we use the word walking at the first one, while the second one is the infinitive to run. So we need to change the infinitive to a gerund form also. So it should be like this. Walking and running often accompany one another as I exercise. Okay, so let's have number 8. They wondered who he was as a person and what he was doing here. So this sentence is already parallel. So we use clause here. Number 9. My auntie likes to eat in an expensive restaurants and going to a park. So this sentence is also not parallel because the word to eat in an expensive restaurant and going to a park is different. In the first one, we use the infinitive phrase to eat in an expensive restaurant, while in the second one, we use the gerund phrase going to a park. So to make it parallel, it should be like this. My auntie likes to eat in an expensive restaurant and to go to a park. Okay, so let's have the last number. My favorite foods are vegetables, meats, and fruits. So this sentence is already parallel because the nouns vegetables, meats, and fruits are all in plural form. Okay, so by the way, class, who got the perfect score? Let's see. Wow, very good. So most of you got the perfect score. While the others, those who got 9 and below, it's okay. At least you've learned something from this lesson. So for you to fully understand and to learn more about this lesson, so I would like you to answer another activity. But this time, um, you will just write your answer in a piece of paper, and then you can pass it to me after our class via messenger or via email. Okay, so the directions here, using the given illustrations, form a sentence using the given format of parallelism. So what you will do is you will make your own sentence using the format given by that I gave you a while ago. Okay, so or the rules of parallelism. So you need to apply the rules of parallelism in making your own sentence. But take note, you will just base your sentence in this following, okay, wait, ayan. So in these following illustrations. Okay, so here, number 1, with adjectives. So you need to make a parallel sentence using adjectives and using this illustration. Okay, and number 2, with infinitive phrases. All right. And number 3, with ing form. So it's just 3. I'm hoping that you can pass them to me until afternoon. Okay, until 12, I think. Okay, until 12 p.m. lang. Alright, so do you have any questions? Alright, so if you have no questions, so thank you for today, class. I hope all of you have learned something from this lesson. Alright, so thank you, class. See you on next meeting.